Hello everyone, I'm Shane Ham and I'd like to welcome you to my speech commemorating the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act. Prior to 1975 in the United States of America, children who were differently abled mentally or physically were largely excluded from the opportunity to obtain a basic education in the public school system. Having a disability almost certainly condemned a child to the fate of never realizing their true academic potential, unless their parents could afford private services. Fortunately, a changing national outlook on equal opportunities was applied to the plight of these students. That year, 1975, the Education of All Handicapped Children Act was passed and entered into law. After years of expansion, clarification, and reaffirmation by the judicial system, a law was renamed in 1990 to the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act, or what today we commonly refer to it as the IDEA Law. So much of our self-identity arises from our thoughts and feelings, which in turn are shaped by our understanding of the world. The intellect we develop through our education is the driving force of that understanding. The French philosopher René Descartes described the condition best when he stated, "I think, therefore I am." In order to become the best version of ourselves that we can be, we need the best education to shape our thoughts. That's why the IDEA Law is so important. It protects and preserves the right of each disabled individual, assuring that they have the opportunity to maximize their education through its 6 main principles or pillars. The first, every child is entitled to a free and appropriate education. The second, when a school professional believes a student may have a disability that substantially impacts their learning, the child is entitled to an evaluation of the suspected disability. Third, the creation of an individualized education plan for the student with specifics to help the child reach their educational goals. Fourth, that the services provided by the school are done so in a least restrictive environment, such as a mainstream classroom. Fifth, input of the child and parent must be taken into account during the educational process. And finally, and most importantly, parents have procedural safeguards to challenge the child's treatment if they feel the IDEA Law isn't being followed appropriately by the school. These pillars provide the legal mechanisms to prevent educational discrimination against children with disabilities. Today, the IDEA Law removes not only physical barriers like access, it also eliminates cognitive barriers for people with attention deficit, dyslexia, emotional issues. As the medical and psychological professions increase their understanding of disabilities, the IDEA Law will grow with that understanding. St. Francis of Assisi said, "Start by doing what's necessary, then do what's possible, and suddenly you'll be doing the impossible." The IDEA Law is there to define what is necessary so that all children are included and have that opportunity to accomplish what is possible and maybe redefine what is currently defined as impossible. Thank you for listening to my speech.